So, JJ Redick, unfortunately, thought he could fix the unfixable. And that is the current Los Angeles Lakers roster. I still don't think Darvin Ham was a good coach, but even if Darvin Ham was a reincarnation of Phil Jackson, I don't think he could have fixed this team. I genuinely don't think he could have fixed this team at all. He was not the problem. He was definitely not the solution, but this is the poison chalice. This is the red side of Manchester job of basketball. And this is the unwinnable position of being the Lakers coach. But before we get on to, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're doing Hoopsmas. We're uploading 10 NBA news videos every single day between now and Christmas Day. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by then. Right now, we're at 7,510. We're trying to hit 7,550 by the end of the day, just to keep us on track for 10K. But anyway, we are going to talk about JJ Redick. So JJ Redick, this is what he had to say after the biggest loss of the season. I'm embarrassed. We're all embarrassed. I own this, but gonna need some ownership on the court as well. He called out the entire team. We're all embarrassed. There's got to be some ownership on the court. Like they played defense like it was the All-Star game. They looked like they didn't care at all. And the funniest part is that, look, people want to blame one player, and I still don't think that, I think this is just a toxic team. This is like when the red side of Manchester used to blame Paul Pogba for everything. When the reality was, it's just a toxic organization. Like, the Lakers have not been a good organization, and I mean this, since they made the Dwight Howard trade. They've not been a good organization. They looked into getting LeBron. They looked into Anthony Davis forcing his way to Los Angeles. They have not been a good organization. They've not developed players well. They've not made good decisions. They've not made good coaching hires. Like, they got rid of Frank Vogel because of a bad season when it was impossible to coach Russ because of his inability to get through to Russell Westbrook. They traded for Russell Westbrook. They let the players make too many decisions. It's just not a well-run team. And, like, we look at what was the worst defensive play in one of the worst defensive plays in history. The worst defensive plays in history right here. And everyone wants to put the blame on one person who's not even on the freaking floor in this possession. Like, watch this. This is pathetic. AD, Hachimura, Max Christie, Gabe Vincent, you should just put on the Miami Heat jersey. And they just didn't get back in defense. All of them just walking back in defense. Like, the team has given up. The team has given up on JJ Redick already. And man, this is, if they were ever going to not give up on a coach, it would be a coach like JJ Redick. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to JJ Redick, he is still somebody that's, like, he's still somebody that these players will respect even just as a person. Like, JJ Redick was very well respected in the media. He was really well respected as a player. Like, whatever about him as a coach, whether or not you believe that he should be able to be there as a coach, get to where he is as a coach, should it have been his first job. Like, it was Darvin Ham's first job, and I don't think JJ Redick's done a worse job than Darvin Ham. The reality of the situation is it is a toxic job. Nobody can do that job. We've seen the red side of Manchester have some world-class managers, like Jose Mourinho, Louis van Gaal. I still think Erik ten Hag was a good manager. Ralph Ragnick. And they've been awful with every single one of them. And I think that's the case with the Lakers. It doesn't matter. Firing JJ Redick isn't going to change anything. There's no one. You could literally hire somebody with a freaking time turner who can turn back time and tell you what the other team are running every single time on offense and defense and can exploit every single mismatch. But it doesn't matter if your team don't try. This Lakers team, I've never seen a team not try as much as this. And we are currently watching the worst team in NBA history, these Washington Wizards. Like, I've never seen a team shamelessly tank like them. Like, they are not trying. The Lakers team effort is somehow worse. Your effort's worse than the Wizards, and I'm calling for the NBA to introduce freaking relegations to get rid of them. They care that little. These players don't care. And I mean that. There is not one player on the Los Angeles Lakers team right now that gives a flying FUCK about winning basketball games. That's the truth. Maybe if you put them in different situations, they will. But as a unit, there is not one player that gives a damn. They're still making their money. They're still Lakers. They're still in the same position. And they're still somehow going to make a big bucks because they're the Lakers. This is a pathetic basketball team. And I feel bad for JJ Redick because he can't do anything about it. The players won't play for him. And the players wouldn't play for Darvin Ham. They wouldn't play for Frank Vogel. Who, by the way, Frank Vogel, a champion, an incredible coach with those Pacers teams for years, like making constant conference finals. And, like, yeah, didn't do great at Phoenix, but Frank Vogel's a good basketball coach. They just down tools for him. They down tools for Darvin Ham. And they genuinely are downing tools now for JJ Redick. This is a team that's not going to make the playoffs. Genuinely. They are so, like, they're a team that, if they worked hard, would be a 6th to 9th seed. But now, there's no way they end up above 500. They just don't care. And that starts from the top. And the reality is the top should be Anthony Davis. It should not be the responsibility of a 40-year-old in year 22 to be running up and down super duper hard to make everybody else run. That's on freaking Anthony Davis. Well, how is Anthony Davis lazier than a 40-year-old LeBron? Oh. He's not a very good team. And I've said it, at this stage, just write off the year. I think they should write off the year. LeBron can do his retirement tour. Heck, play Bronny every single game. It can't get worse. It actually can't get worse. Just play him. At this stage, just play him. Like, we're watching the Wizards play Johnny Davis. Start LeBron and Bronny the rest of the season. Put butts in seats. Make it a LeBron James retirement tour. Because the last retirement tour you guys did, it was great. You earned a bunch of money despite the fact your team sucked in the Kobe retirement tour. So why not just make the most of the LeBron retirement tour? Start LeBron, Bronny, make a whole bunch of money, and then give JJ Redick a clean slate. Let him trade AD and rebuild. Genuinely. Play out the season for the LeBron retirement tour, and then as soon as the retirement tour is done, it should be AD, we're trading you. We're getting a couple of firsts for you, and we are rebuilding. We're going to try to get our first back. We went all in after 2020. It did not work. But, yeah, it is what it is. So JJ Redick, unfortunately, he made the same mistake a lot of coaches have done, thinking that they can fix what is the unfixable, aka the Los Angeles Lakers basketball club.